Greetings everyone. I'm Samarth and today I'm going to be demoing my project Watchdog. So let me first talk about the motivation behind Watchdog. Subagents, loops, and execution graphs are fairly new primitives in agent orchestration, which are gaining popularity quite quickly. However, the biggest gripe that I've seen people having with them is that they cannot easily inspect and intervene in what their agents are doing. Sometimes subagents end up using more expensive models with high reasoning, even when they're explicitly requested to use cheaper models with low reasoning. Combine this with execution graphs and loops, and the situation becomes even worse. Watchdog is an attempt at solving this problem. I'll reveal its best feature at the end. Watchdog is a local operator control plane for subagents, agentic loops, and execution graphs. Users can inspect and intervene at every single step taken by their agents. Watchdog has three interfaces: a pixel art dashboard where subagents are represented as carriages and the root agent is the engine. The watchdog right here is watching over them. The operator is over here, which you can go to if you hate having fun. And Watchdog also has a CLI and a TUI. Watchdog supports both Codex CLI and Pi. I built Watchdog almost entirely with Codex using GPT 5.6 on extra high reasoning. Codex helped me inspect its own app server protocol, design the cross-harness architecture, implement the Codex and Pi integrations, and debug orchestration failures. So let's try out Watchdog now. Watchdog Codex. This is basically just the regular Codex CLI but owned by Watchdog so it can observe and control it. I'll open another terminal and there I'll type Watchdog dashboard. Yeah, it opens up and I'm gonna type Watchdog TUI and yeah, shows up like so with the controls given at the bottom. Let me go back to Codex. I already have a prompt, so I'm gonna paste it in. We're asking Codex to spawn exactly 3 native subagents. Each has its own separate task. So let's give it a go. Yeah, as soon as I press enter, we see it on the dashboard. A subagent is spawned in. If I click on it, I can see what it is doing. The last action, the latest message, the tokens that it is using. Let's try stopping one. Yeah, you will see something like this in the terminal. This is basically Watchdog sending a message on our behalf. Let's go to the TUI and stop another subagent. I'll let the first subagent keep working. Yeah, it is done now. Yeah, there we go. Let's test out agent execution graphs and loops and see how they appear in Watchdog. This is the prompt. It basically describes an execution graph and defines the nodes and the edges that are going to be there. And it also tells the agent to use the MCP, which is bundled with Watchdog's package. Paste it in now. Now let's see the operator view as it progresses. And yeah, these graphs have popped up. And below we see the agent topology. I can click on any node and see what is going on. Yeah, it spawned 2 subagents as well. And now it has entered a nested graph. If I click over here, yeah, we see the steps. I click back into it, and yeah, I can intervene, stop, steer any agent that I want. And yeah, both are marked as completed now. I go back to my terminal, review passed. Now let's see if Watchdog works with Pi as expected. I've already installed the Watchdog extension in my Pi, so it shows up in the status bar. For this demo, I'm going to spawn 7 subagents, and we're giving all these subagents a separate read-only task. And yeah, I'll paste it in. Shows up on the dashboard. Yeah, it spawns 7 subagents. Also shows the steps that it's going to take. Spawn 7 subagents, collect all inspector findings, and report read-only findings. Now it's going to report the findings. So it's green, it succeeded. And yeah, this is the final report. Now finally, for the best feature of Watchdog. You see this dog over here? You can actually pet the dog. You can install it right now using npm install -g at awesome/watchdog. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked Watchdog.